Hello dear students, you are welcome back to your class of English. Students, today in this video we are going to study lesson number 3, Iswaran the Storyteller, from your English book Moments. This story is about a master storyteller who is so good at his art of storytelling that the listener would end up believing it to be true. So let us start the lesson now. Students, the author of the story Iswaran, the storyteller, is R.K. Lakshman, whose full name is Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Lakshman. Let's know about him before beginning the story. So, R.K. Lakshman was an Indian cartoonist, illustrator, and humorist. He was best known for his creation, The Common Man, and for his daily cartoon strip, You Said It, in the Times of India, which started in 1951. Lakshman started his career as a part-time cartoonist, working mostly for local newspapers and magazines. While a college student, he illustrated his elder brother R.K. Narayan's stories in the Hindu. His first full-time job was as a political cartoonist for the Free Press Journal in Mumbai. Later, he joined the Times of India and became famous for the Common Man character. Students, and now in this story, Iswaran the storyteller, Mahendra the master storyteller narrates stories to Ganesh. He narrated the tale of a tusker that destroyed everything on the way and how he made him collapse in the end with a small cane. Ishwaran linked the auspicious full moon night to the story of a female ghost. The story revolves around two characters, Mahendra and Iswaran. Mahendra was a junior supervisor at a firm which required him to travel and oversee different construction sites. Mahendra was a man of simple needs. Because of this, he could adapt to a variety of conditions. Iswaran, Mahendra's cook, followed him everywhere. He cooked delicious food, ran a tidy and efficient household, and could tell the most entertaining stories. After completing his day's chores, Iswaran would have his lunch. And then after lunch, Iswaran would read for some time before taking his nap. From his favorite Tamil thriller novels, Iswaran learned how to describe an event vividly and to effectively capture his audience's attention. So, whenever Iswaran would narrate a story, he would work in suspense and a surprise ending in order to keep the audience on their toes. Iswaran had a willing ear in Mahendra, who would sit in his cane chair and listen to his stories uncomplainingly. One of the stories he narrated was of an escaped elephant. This elephant entered his hometown, smashing all the market stalls. Then he entered the school building and started destroying things. The teachers and students ran up to the roof in a panic. As they watched in terror, Iswaran suddenly grabbed a cane from the teacher and ran outside. The mad elephant was stamping and kicking around. Iswaran was scared but slowly advanced on to the elephant. As the elephant charged at him, he swung the cane and hit its third toe. Stunned, the elephant collapsed. Iswaran at this point stopped narrating and jumped up to warm dinner. Poor Mahendra was left hanging in suspense. He then came back and sat by Mahendra's side. Mahendra reminded him to complete the story. Iswaran shrugged and concluded the story. Another day, Iswaran asked Mahendra if he could cook something special for dinner since it was an auspicious day. Mahendra readily agreed and later enjoyed the sumptuous meal prepared by Iswaran. However, very complimented Iswaran on his skills, Iswaran suddenly launched into a story of a female ghost that he sometimes saw outside their house. Mahendra told Iswaran that he was crazy. He also told Iswaran to get his head and digestive system examined. However, from that day, Mahendra felt ill at ease. Every night he would check for movement outside his window. One night, Mahendra heard a strange noise outside his window. Cautiously, he peered out of the window. He saw an indistinct figure holding what appeared to be a bundle. Iswaran's story came back to him. Mahendra began sweating out of fear. He fell back onto his bed and waited for this feeling to pass. Finally, he convinced himself that it was a trick and went back to sleep. The next morning, Mahendra had forgotten about the previous night. However, just as he was leaving for work, Iswaran grinned and reminded him of how he had laughed at Iswaran's fears. Iswaran then said that he had heard eerie moaning sounds coming from Mahendra's room the previous night. Mahendra shivered at Iswaran's words. He rushed to his office to resign, determined to leave the haunted place the very next day. Students, the story ends here. Let us now talk about the two main characters of the story. They are Iswaran and Mahendra. Let us know about Iswaran in detail. Iswaran was Mahendra's cook and he was like an asset to him. He was dedicated to his master and followed him uncomplainingly to all his postings. He would cook for him, wash his clothes, and also chat with him at night. He had the ability to improvise cooking material even at the remotest place and cooked delicious dishes in a very brief time. Iswaran was fond of reading popular Tamil thrillers. Their imaginative descriptions and narrating styles would fascinate him. He became a master storyteller by adopting the art of storytelling from these novels. He would always add suspense and surprise even to the smallest incident and could make up innumerable stories on different subjects. While describing, he would get so involved that he would jump about on the floor. He would narrate the story in installments and would purposely leave it unfinished midway. On returning, he would not pick it up right away till Mahendra reminded him to. So he was very smart. In this manner, he would involve his listener too. Every day, Iswaran would recount a new story filled with adventure, horror, and suspense. Mahendra loved his stories and listened with rapt attention even if they were unbelievable. Iswaran thus entertained Mahendra just as TV does. Iswaran enjoyed his job and would not sit idle when Mahendra was at work. He would use that time to tidy up the shed and wash clothes. He was also religious because he would mutter a prayer throughout his bath ritual. This character displays a shade of comedy as well, when he teasingly asks Mahendra about his reaction at having seen the female ghost. And now we'll talk about the other character, that is Mahendra. Mahendra used to work as a junior supervisor in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at construction sites. His work involved moving from one site to another. He was unmarried and a simple man. He was quite accommodating and adjusted well to odd conditions that he faced at different places. He was a disciplined man and would get up early in the morning. He would leave for work after breakfast and carry lunch with him. Mahendra was very fond of his cook Iswaran, whom he considered to be an asset. He relished the food cooked by him and enjoyed listening to his stories. He was a good listener and never interrupted Iswaran even when he exaggerated. He was very patient and would wait for Iswaran to return and complete the unfinished story. He was also curious as he would insist on knowing all the details. Mahendra was a rational man and did not believe in ghosts or spirits, but could not help getting influenced by what Iswaran told him about the female ghost. He tried to ignore the strange sounds at night, but got scared when he saw the apparition. However, his rationality made him forget the previous night's experience. Mahendra's faith in Iswaran was very strong. He was convinced about the presence of a female ghost when Iswaran told him that he had heard sounds at night. This character appeals to the reader for his qualities as a devoted worker, a kind-hearted master, and a trusting man. Hence, Iswaran was a very supportive and caring servant of Mahendra. He narrates such stories to him so that Mahendra can get some fun by listening to the stories even in the absence of TV. Hope you have understood the story quite nicely and you would be able to write the answers well. That's all for today. Goodbye.